Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm going to be solving Wordle number 1188 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for September 19th, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1188. I'm going to start with the word helps. Alright, I placed the S last, and I also know that E and P are other letters which go somewhere else in this word. So that is a very, very good guess to start with, since I got 2 yellows and 1 green from that clue. Alright, so I wonder where I can put those letters. So it could be a double S ending, or ES, but um, I'm not sure how likely it is. Okay, if we're talking about double S ending, I'm immediately thinking of press, and I actually want to guess that. Because, okay, so in Wordle, I I don't think the answers will be a noun plus S or a verb plus S. Unless it's in the original form. If it's not the bare infinitive, then I don't think uh, the word will be an answer. So the only exception involving an S ending is that the word is a bare infinitive or it's just a noun like press without plural. So I'm gonna guess double S ending and fit the P and E somewhere there and then just guess press. And indeed, very, very lucky. I got today's Wordle answer in 2 tries. So yeah, process of elimination, it is indeed press. So yeah, all thanks to my first guess, which came in very, very helpful in uh, reducing the amount of possibilities or how likely which words are not gonna be the answer. So yeah, that's how I got today's Wordle answer pressed in 2 tries. So I'll definitely take that. Very glad. So yeah, after I'm done with Wordle number 1188, let me move on to New York Times Sudoku. So I'll be solving the hard difficulty Sudoku for September 19th. Alright, so let's get started. I see that these 9s force the digit 9 into one of these 2 cells in block 2. These ones force the digit 1 into one of these 2 cells in block 2. These ones force the digit 1 into one of these 2 cells in block 4. And these ones point right. And I also see another thing. In row 4, 1 is a missing digit. This cell sees 1, this cell sees 1, and this cell also sees another 1. But we still have to fit 1 somewhere in row 4. So, the digit 1 is forced into one of these 2 cells in row 4. And because 1 is guaranteed to go into one of these 2 cells for this row, no other open cells in block 5 can contain a 1, because they are here. In order for row 4 to contain a 1, they have to go into one of these 2 cells, which eliminate 1 from all other open cells in block 5. Alright, okay, these 2s force the digit 2 into this cell in block 6, and then after I place this 2, these 2s point left to force the digit 2 into this cell in block 4. These 2s point left and this cell sees another 2. These 2s point up and this cell sees another 2. Okay, these 4s point right and this cell sees another 4. So in block 3, the digit 4 is forced into this cell. This 4 points left and this 4 points down. So in block 8, the digit 4 is forced into column 5. And then these 4s force the digit 4 into one of these 2 cells in block 5. Okay, actually, well, I can actually place a 4. These 4s point down and this cell sees another 4. So in block 7, the digit 4 is forced into this cell, eliminating 4 from this cell, and 4 in block 8 is forced into this cell. I actually missed this 4 right here, so I can actually force the digit 4 into this cell in block 5. All 4s are placed. Wow, okay, so great progress. Don't need to worry about 4s anymore, because I've got all of them placed. Okay. Let's look at rows 3. Row 3 is grabbing my attention. 5, 6, and 7 are the missing digits. 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. And indeed, this cell sees 5 and 7. So 5 and 7 are eliminated from these two cells, making this cell a 6. And leaves a 5-7 pair is left behind in row 3. The 6 points down and the 6 points left. So in block 7, the digit 6 is forced into column 3, and then these 6s force the digit 6 into one of these two cells in block 4. Okay, these 6s force the digit 6 into one of these two cells in block 2, and these two cells actually form a 6-9 pair. As you can see, in block 2, the digits 6 and 9 are missing, and these 6 and 9s force both 6 and 9 into one of these two cells only, and they share the same two cells. So in order to fit both 6 and 9 into block 2, these two digits have to go into these two cells, because the only combinations are 6-9 or 9-6. So these two cells would have to be reserved for 6 and 9. So this 6 and 9 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells. So that means the digit 2 can no longer go into this cell because it's a part of the 6-9 pair. So I can actually force the digit 2 into this cell in block 2. And then these 2 points left, this cell sees another 2. Alright, so after I place this 2, one of the two possibilities for 1 are removed. Is removed. So I can immediately force the digit 1 into this cell in block 2. I can do that based on the markings I've done, but if you want to see the logic, these ones make it very clear. Okay, so 1 in this cell is now eliminated. Remember, I marked these ones down because that's a placement of 1 in row 4. Now, this cell cannot contain a 1, nor other open cells in row 4 apart from this cell. 1 is still a missing digit of row 4, so it is forced into this cell for this row. Okay, let's fill out row 4. 5, 6, and 9 are the missing digits. Yeah. Similarly, with the 1s, this cell sees 6, and this cell also sees another 6, but 6 still has to go somewhere in row 4. So it is forced into this cell. Alright, which makes this cell a 9 and this cell a 6. To resolve this pair. Block 2 is missing 5 and 7. Actually, I can also mark down column 4. 3, 5, and 7 are the missing digits of column 4, where these two cells see another 3. So in column 4, the digit 3 is forced into this cell, leaving another 5-7 pair behind. Okay, this 3 points up and this 3 points right. So in block 3, the digit 3 is forced into column 7, and then these 3s point down to force the digit 3 into this cell in block 9, and then these 3s point left to force the digit 3 into this cell in block 7. These 3s point left, and this cell sees another 3. Okay, as you can see that this 3 removed one of the two possibilities for 6, so based on the markings, I can immediately force 6 into this cell. Yeah, okay. Or, if you want to prove it with logic, these 6s make it very clear. So 6 goes into this cell in block 7. Okay, so these 6s point right. Sorry. Alright, the missing digits of row 4 are 5 and 9. Okay, this 7 points down. So in block 7, the digit 7 is forced into row 8. Hmm. Okay, I do notice that a lot of rows and columns are missing 5, 7, 8, and 9. Those four digits in particular. As you can see in column 5, column 6, and column 8. 5, 7, 8, and 9 are missing digits of these three columns. So let me see if I can do anything with those. Oh yes, I actually can. Okay, so alright. Let's fill out block 5. So the cell, well, 5, 7, 8, and 9 go into these four cells. Okay. And this cell, for this column, it needs 5, 7, 8, and 9. Might as well mark it in this cell anyway. Okay. And then this cell, it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, it does not see 5. It sees 6, 7, 8, does not see 9. Now look at row 5. There are, I mean, yeah, there are 4 open cells which only contain 5, 7, 8, and 9. There are only 4 open cells which contain 5, 7, 8, and 9. So what this means is that these 4 cells actually form a quad. They form a quad. Not a pair, not a triple, a quad. Because well, there are 4 cells and 4 digits involved. So, well, actually, I should say that in Sudoku, we cannot have empty cells at the end. We do not want empty cells in Sudoku. We cannot have empty cells. We must fit at least, and at most, 1 digit into every cell. So that every cell contains 1 digit, no less, no more. So, in order to avoid empty cells, 5, 7, 8, and 9, these 4 digits must be kept into these 4 cells. Because no other digits other than these 4 cells can go into these 4 cells. Only 5, 7, 8, and 9 can go into these 4 cells, and no other digits. So, these four digits, 5, 7, 8, and 9, must be kept into these 4 cells. They must be kept into those 4 cells. And it makes the other 3 open cells, which are not involved in this quad, contain 1, 3, and 6 as the missing digits. It might sound quite complicated, but I really hope that you see the logic. Alright, this cell sees 3. 1, 3, 6 indeed, and yeah, alright, so this is the correct marking. I'm not sure whether whether seeing this is that necessary for, solving the Sudoku, but, it's a good thing that I see it. Oh, another way to spot all of this is that just look for 1, 3, and 6. The placement of 1, 3, and 6 in row 5. This cell sees 1, 3, 6, so this cell can contain none of those, and these two cells see 1, 3, 6 in the same block, and this cell also sees 1, 3, and 6 in the same column. So only 3 open cells are available for the 3 digits 1, 3, and 6, so you can also say that these 3 cells form a 1, 3, 6 triple in row 5. Oh, remember, um, because these two cells are part of the 1, 3, 6 triple, or you can say that these two cells see the hidden digits involved in this quad. So these two cells cannot contain 5, 7, 8, and 9 because they belong in the other 4 open cells. So these two cells cannot contain 5 or 9, and they're still missing digits of block 4, so I can actually mark down 5 into one of these two cells in block 4, and 9 into one of these two cells in block 4, because of this 5 and this 9. But this is kind of annoying. A really annoying pattern that cannot be resolved immediately, so hopefully I'll find something to break them apart. Oh, okay, so I actually see it. Alright, so this 5, I mean, what am I saying? In block 5, 8 is a missing digit. This cell sees 8, and this cell also sees another 8. So where does 8 go in block 5? 8 is forced into row 5 in this block, eliminating 8 from the cell. Because in block 5, 8 is guaranteed to go into one of these two cells, which are both in row 5. So no other digits in row 5 can contain an 8. So 8 in this cell is eliminated. Now look at column 8. This cell sees 8, this cell sees 8, and this cell, well, I've just eliminated 8 from this cell because it sees the hidden 8 here. And 8 is still a missing digit of column 8, so I have to put it somewhere. But not in these 3 cells. So I can actually force the digit 8 into this cell in block 6. Okay. One digit is better than none. Let me see. Okay. I also see another thing. In column 8, 9 is a missing digit. This cell sees 9, so this cell cannot contain 9. But 9 still has to go somewhere in column 8. So 9 is forced into one of these two cells for this column, which eliminate 9 from all other open cells in block 6. Because 9 is guaranteed to go into one of these two cells for this column. And 9 being in one of these two cells eliminates 9 from other open cells in block 6, which means that these two cells cannot contain 9. These two open cells cannot contain 9 because 9s are here. Alright, remember that. Now look at row 6. In row 6, 9 is a missing digit. So I have to fit 9 somewhere in this row. This cell sees 9, this cell sees 9, and I've just eliminated 9 from these two cells because it sees these 9s. I mean, 9s from here. So in row 6, the digit 9 is forced into this cell. Okay, then everything is now... hopefully, it should be quite easy. Just follow the markings around, because from previous logic, I know that my markings are correct and they're accurate. So I can trust my markings, because I know, well, I'm confident that things won't go wrong with the markings. Alright, so this 9 makes this a 5, which makes this a 6, this a 3, this a 1. 5 in these cells are eliminated. Okay, this cell now sees 1, so this cell must be a 6. eliminate 6 things from this cell. I can force the digit 6 into this cell in block 9. Oh, all 6s are placed. Okay, nice. Let me see. Okay, these 9s point down to force the digit 9 into this cell in block 7, followed by the 7 in this cell, and I can also force the digit 2 into this cell. Okay, block 7 is done. Wow. Okay, this cell finishes column 1 with a 3, which forces the digit 3 into this cell in block 3. Yeah, the digit 2 in block 1 is forced into this cell. This cell contains a 5 to complete this column, which makes this 7, 5. This is a 5, this is a 9, 5, 7, 9. These two cells form a 7-8 pair. This cell is an 8 to complete this row. This cell is a 7 to complete block 1. Block 3 is missing 5 and 8. Alright, 1 and 7 are the missing digits of block 6. We have 7, 8, and 9 as the missing digits of row 7. So 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. But this cell sees a 9, so this cell can only contain 7 and 8, and in column 6, these two cells now form a 7-8 pair, making this cell a 5, which is the other missing digits of column 6. Alright, I could have also placed the 5 by spotting these 5s, but I saw it the other way. Okay, these 5s point right. This cell, okay, block 8 is missing 7, 8, and 9, but this cell sees 7 and 9. So this cell must be an 8, making the cell 7, 8, 7, 9. The cell is an 8 to complete this row, which makes this 5, 8. This 5 points back down, make this 1 and 5, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in 19 minutes and 25 seconds. Okay, I would say this puzzle is quite tricky, actually. Well, it's super easy, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not easy peasy. Yeah, it was a bit tricky because there were a lot of things that you needed to spot, but if you don't, then you're gonna struggle quite a lot, and you're gonna spend a lot of time trying to find what needs to be found. Um, so I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. I don't really recall much, but towards the beginning, you place all fours. All fours can be placed. And then there was the 6-9 pair in block 2. The 6-9 pair in block 2, which allowed me to place the 2 and 1 immediately after that. And then, I don't think there was much going on with other blocks, but the thing is, the 5, 7, 8, 9 quad in row 5, or the 1, 3, 6 triple in row 5. You either see the 5, 7, 8, 9 quad, or the 1, 3, 6 triple in row 5. And you could also make deductions in block 4, which later came in handy after placing the 8 in column 8. After placing the digit 8 in column 8, things became much easier, because after you find a placement of 9 in block 6, you can then force the digit 9 into this cell in row 6. And then everything else just falls apart. So, yeah, there was just this one tricky spot. Actually, lots of rows, columns, and blocks in this Sudoku puzzle contain the missing digits 5, 7, 8, and 9. So, yeah, I guess just pay more attention to those, and you'll eventually spot something. Okay, so yeah, I think those were the key spots, especially all the 5, 7, 8, 9 going on. Yeah, all of those. Okay, so yeah, hopefully this video helped. Even if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you. Today is September 19, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1188, and today's New York Times hard Sudoku. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!